Good morning, Chair, trustees, and Jay. For the record, I'm Cheryl Beveridge, Chief Operating Officer. And I'm going to start by saying last week I got to welcome a huge group of operators new to UTA, and I got to remind them of 3 incidents that had happened recently that made me proud to be the chief, and this was one of them. And so I received 3 nominations for this particular recognition that came from various people in the organization. And so typically we just get 1 nomination of these situations. 3 different ones came in for this, and so I'm going to turn the time over to Bill Humphreys. So we're going to call Bill Humphreys up.
Okay.
Welcome, Bill.
And I'm going to call Nick up.
Yeah, there you go. It's on.
Good morning, board trustees. Thank you for having us here this morning. We appreciate it. One of the unique things about operations is the fact that we have so many great employees that are out in our community on a daily basis. They not only are taking care of the customers, the citizens of our communities, as well as looking out for situations that take place on a daily basis. And they do their jobs endlessly. Today I want to talk about Nick Pappas. He's been an employee with us since 1998, and Nick has always been the type of individual that's there to help on overtime schedules, being able to help us with all types of service, a dedicated employee, and always willing to help one another, especially as coworkers. One of the things we've learned over the course of time is that Nick has earned his 2 Million Mile Award. So that's quite an accomplishment for an individual that's been here that many years. And his involvement with not only his coworkers, but the community and the work that he does at work. I've had some personal experience with him for 20 years in the canyons. I managed ski service in our canyons, and Nick was one of the operators in the canyons for many years. And there was days that it was snowing, and Nick always had a schedule that was from 8 in the morning until 5 in the evening. Well, our biggest problems come at the end of the evening when everybody wants to come out of the canyons, right? And many days Nick would run into situations where I would be calling out to those individuals that were heading home and saying, hey, I've still got 60, 70 people at the resort locations. I need some help. And Nick was one of those individuals that would always step up and help me in the worst of conditions. Snow days, road packed with snow, ice, and he's an amazing individual. I just wanted to emphasize that due to the fact that what we're talking about today is completely different, but the unique part about the individual is who he is as a person. And he not only goes out of his way to help others, but is a person with a great heart. I have a pleasure that I've worked with him for so many years, and I'm honored to do that. I called him a hero the other day, and I think he just kind of looked at me like, really, Bill? And so, you know, every day they're out doing their job. This particular day, Nick's driving down 5400 South. Okay? Nothing unusual, picking up customers, doing what he normally does. And sees a young lady in the roadway and, you know, not quite sure what's taking place at that point in time. And as he gets closer, realizes there's some dogs, and in his mind he's thinking, okay, well, they're kind of tied up around the woman, you know, so on, like dogs do. And as he got closer and closer, found out that the dogs were actually Rottweilers, and they were attacking the woman. And now realize Nick's similar to me in age, not as agile as we used to be, right? Pulls the bus over, secures it, jumps out the bus, runs over, grabs the woman, drags her onto the bus, closes the doors. Now these 2 dogs the whole time are coming at him. He's kicking at them, fighting with them, right? And closes the doors, and is able to get the woman onto the bus. And Marissa Bowen is her name, and I believe she's here with us today. And, you know, it just talks about what great people we have out there. Now realize these dogs didn't give up at that point. They attacked the bus. They tore the windshield wiper off of the bus, damaging it. So until help arrived, and Nick had the sense to call TCC and get help immediately because the young lady was hurt and injured, and Nick was doing everything he could to keep her calm until assistance come. And of course the dogs were still there when police and other assistants arrived. So, you know, it just shows the character of the operators we have out there every day. Our employees, we have a great organization, and our employees are amazing. And it's heartening for me because of the fact that these folks are out there doing this every day. And we just want to recognize Nick for not only the great job he does every day, but being the man that he is.
Thanks, Bill.
I think Maria up and say something.
I'm going to start tearing up. I just wanted to say thank you. And you really are a hero. You didn't have to stop, and you did. And you saved my life, and now I get to see another day and hold my little boy another day. So, thank you. I can't express enough gratitude. So.
Thanks so much, Nick. Put your own life at risk.
Nick, would you like to make a comment and push that button once on your mic? Yeah, there you go.
No, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time to help. That's it.
Well, thank you. There's probably a little more to it than that, but but that is a great attitude, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. I greatly appreciate your efforts, and to Bill's point, and to the initial point I made, the efforts that you and your colleagues do every day on the front line. Greatly appreciate it.
So I'm going to turn the time over to Chief, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please.
I just wanted to throw my 2 cents into that. Although I've never met Nick, I learned a lot about him after reviewing this case and reviewing the video, and also about Miss Bowen and her compassion for our fellow creatures out there. She was just trying to help a couple dogs out of the street and get them out of danger. Was able to do that when they turned on her. And Nick, I just can't express how much I appreciate your courage, your willingness to help out one of our fellow citizens there. I was amazed by the courage that you showed. You're willing to put yourself in harm's way to save another and help another. I appreciate that. So at the police department, we made up some special challenge coins that we present to any of our fellow employees who we find doing great things during the course of the day, things that help us, things that help the community. So I have one of those for Nick today. I also have one of the Chief's coins, which I reserve for special occasions, such as this, for someone like you who shows that kind of courage and care for others. So I'd like to present those to you today. And if we could move over here, Nick, and I'll give them to you over here.
We're also going to get some pictures afterwards, and then when we're done with the pictures, we'll just take a 5-minute break to give people a chance to reset.